Hello. Maybe. Welcome. Streamlabs, does it need an update on here or what? Because it feels like it is just so slow after you hit go live. But welcome. Today is a very special stream because we're doing something very different. I don't know if that actually flipped. I'm not on the right screen. We are modding a GameCube today. I think I need to adjust my camera as a whole. My laptop is too far forward, that's why. This needs to go over to the right a little bit. Every time I come back for streaming on Monday, it feels like it's been forever since I've held a soldering iron, which I haven't held one since last Wednesday, but that's very nice, Dad. I'm live right now. Unless it's not live, because I haven't seen any chat updates since. Is anybody here? Hello? There we go. There's my sister. There was a chicken nugget ad before your stream. It makes sense. I mean, for your daughter, it makes sense. They know she loves chicken nuggets. But we're doing modding this GameCube today, and while it's not in the worst shape ever, it does have some yellow going on the gray part. Other than that, it's actually not bad at all. What I'll probably do is welcome whoever that was. I don't know who that was. Munchie, welcome. I'm gonna end the poll because we're only doing one and it's getting in the way of my chat. There we go. This will not be GC loader. That's the one that goes in here, right? Because this actually has a working disk drive. So, plus GC loader is really expensive and not necessary. We're going to be loading the SP to SD. SD to SP2. SD2 to SD to SP2. That's what it is. But this is new for me, so let's go over some things real quick. We'll probably go over it multiple times because I think it's important information if you're looking to buy this. This is a DL001, so it does have the AV out port, or the digital AV out, and the regular analog one. But we're gonna mod this. I'm not doing an HDMI port in it. I think it's kind of pointless because when you have something like this HDMI adapter, which is an upscaler, is gonna do the same thing just externally. And I know that some people are like, I don't want an adapter hanging out the back. Well, it doesn't need external power. You just plug it into the console and then an HDMI into that. And not everybody wants an HDMI port. Some people want an AV port so they can use it with a CRT, and it looks beautiful that way too. So, for the first time ever, I am selling this as an add-on only. Please do not try, there's probably a way to, but please do not try and buy the adapter separately. I'm pretty sure I have it as cheap as the actual Bitfunk's website. You can still get it cheaper on AliExpress, so I don't know why they have it so much more expensive on their website. I don't even know if they're US based. I think it would still take forever to get it from China if you bought it from their website. Either way, this is a $65 add-on. It's $10 cheaper than if you bought it from Amazon, but it's still cheaper if you want to buy it from AliExpress. It's just an optional add-on that it will ask you when you go to check out. So if you're looking for an HDMI port, that's how it's going to be for the GameCube mods. It also comes with a remote for settings and stuff, and it comes with an HDMI cable that we'll use today. Because once we're done with this, we're going to test everything out and plug it in to the capture card that is currently hooked up to my camera. This will be using the Pico Boot mod. So yes, it is a $10 mod, and I want to say I have a whole video on it. So don't complain about the pricing, because I know there's going to be a few people out there that are going to be like, "Ooh, it's a $10 mod, but you're charging $225 for a modded GameCube." Yes, because whoa, we're putting a whole brand new shell in it, entirely brand new. Now, this will have everything be orange, but nonetheless, it is a brand new shell. Also, it still takes work to do this. I'm charging for my time, so I know most people are going to be fine with the price. I did a lot of research on what I think it's worth, and yeah. Also, it does come with an SD card. It is not a good SD card. I will fully admit right now that the SD card that I am including is not that good. It is a very basic, still name brand, SanDisk Ultra. And it's only 32 gigabytes. But I figured to get you started, that's not bad. And it also comes with the firmware that you need to run the mod. And then if you want to upgrade your SD card, then you can buy your own, and then you can just copy and paste all the files on here. Very simple stuff. But in addition to that, no games included. I feel like this should be pretty obvious, but there are no games included. I cannot just load up a bunch of games onto an SD card and sell it to you. That is illegal. Extremely illegal. And with Nintendo cracking down more and more on copyright stuff, whether it's fair for them or not, I'm not risking that. And I wouldn't have risked it even 2, 3, 5 a year ago. I was going to say months, and I just skipped to a year. But this week's video will be a tutorial on how to back up your games legally. I will show you how to do it step by step, mainly for customers if you want to buy this. But either way, if you're like, oh, I want to know how to do it legally, because I may or may not have done it illegally in the past, because you can't, just because you own a disc does not mean that you're legally allowed to just download it from a website. That's still piracy. Whether you think it's ethical or not, that's a different discussion, but yeah. Let's get a move on. I want to see how to mod it. I have a tutorial on how to do it, so if you're going to be impatient, I'm going to give you two. Anyways, last thing, does not come with a GameCube controller. So, that is for yourself. I might add one as an add-on in the future, but I know that people probably won't want a crappy third-party one, and I would probably make it a lot more expensive if I fully refurbished an original controller. So, and plus color options, all the stuff. I just decided not going to include a controller. No, it kind of sucks to get a console and it not come with a controller, but that's my reasoning behind it. So, anyways, since I have no idea how long this is going to take, this was very much a last second choice last night. I'm not going to go over what we still have in stock. Maybe at the end I will, but if you want to see what other modded consoles we have, check the website retroremastered.com. Alright, Munchie, your wish is granted. Let's say hello to everybody who said something in chat. So if you want me to read your name out loud, say something now. Just say hi. We got Moshi-Yo. This should get spicy. I like it. We got Samantha and William. We got DJ Ames, William again. We got Cadmiral, Nintendo Game Tuber, Xporzy, Captain Vodka, Indy, Munchie, my mother, Aloha. Did I say Indy? I'll say it again. Indy, Comedy. You guys are saying hello even though you've said something in chat and it's throwing me off. And DC, how you guys doing? Hello. I think the AC is just now kicking on. And Scattered Brain, what's up? We got 40 people in here. People want to see me mix it up, I guess. I'm just taking all these out. I'm going to toss them on the floor for now. Also, I know I'm wearing the LTT merch already, but what's up, Gabriel? A+ mods. How you doing? I finally get to use, not finally, I guess first time really get to use this on a live stream. I gotta put the new shell somewhere else. Oh, also, the handle, this is all orange. So this will completely be spice orange other than the jewel on the top. Put that over there and hopefully that doesn't fall. Okay. But wait, does my specialty bit? I got a box of specialty bits with my stick grips order. No, they do not. They do not have a game bit driver. So if you're wondering, if you have an iFixit kit with your LTT screwdriver, you need to put this adapter in here. And then you can use any of these iFixit bits. So it just looks a slight bit goofier, but that's how we do it. And there's barely enough room. Now there's a lot more room. But, oh, wrong way. I apologize for the, what's it called? The ratcheting sounds. But that's how we're doing it today. I forgot how long these screws are. I'm also gonna organize my work area right now because I just kind of threw everything everywhere all at once. Oh, also we're gonna put new thermal pads on it, so I feel like I'm missing a thermal pad. That sucks. Unless I'm supposed to cut one of these in half. Unless it's over here. Okay. SMH my head. They need to make Game Sphere shells for the GameCube. That would be awesome. That was a video I wanted to do a long time ago. I still hope to be able to do it in the future, but because there's a radio that is very spherical. Whoa. Also, I don't know if I don't think this shell comes with new screws, so I'm gonna have to keep all of the screws. I'm just gonna put this backwards. Flip this over. There we go. I know that a lot of these pieces are already put together. Like all the top half is thankfully put together, but I don't know how much of this. I think there's actually not that much that I need to do. Okay. Let's see. Let's start from here. Okay. I want to organize these properly because I've only taken apart a couple of GameCubes. And this is where I scratched my screwdriver last time. I'm going to come from a bit of an angle. There we go. I think we can take this off now, or is there one more screw? There we go. There are a ton of screws holding this in, so this is a great point to ask questions or just say whatever, or I'm just gonna start talking. Erwin! How you doing? Oh yeah. I guess let's talk about the elephant in the room. No, okay, he's not in the room anymore. But I was featured on WAN Show. Speaking of LTT, my face and my name were on WAN Show, and let's just run through how I learned about it. I pretty much always watch WAN Show every Friday. I'll eat my dinner, watch WAN Show, pass out from a food coma, and I was doing just that this Friday, watching a little more attentively just in case, because I had no idea I was going to be mentioned on the show. They didn't say, hey, can we talk about your video? Probably because I said the goal was to make it on the WAN Show. But I'm starting to pass out about an hour into the show. Eyes were closed, drifting off. And all of a sudden I hear Linus say my name, and I open my eyes, and I see my face on screen. And I'm like, whoa. And initially I thought he had said that he had heard of me, and I was like, what? How? And then I ran, and I'm like, Mom, Dad, look. And they were a little confused, and they came out, and we all watched the minute or two that he talked about me. And then I watched it back later, and he's like, I don't know who he is. I'm like, okay, that makes a lot more sense. It wasn't anything too crazy. It was just a brief moment that I was on it, but still, it was really cool to see one of the guys I've been watching for years mention me. It was still cooler to go meet Austin and do a video with him and all that stuff. But it made me very happy. I did not get a huge boost in views from that though. Probably because they showed the tier list and made it kind of pointless for people to go and watch it. But that's alright. Okay. There's another. Ouch. Just pinched myself unscrewing that. Man, there's so many screws. I don't even know if there's enough room for here. Barely. One more. Well, technically, one more of this size. Do I just need a smaller bit. Does this work? Will this bit work with these tiny screws? No, okay. There are 4 much smaller screws down here. So, I gotta get a smaller Phillips head. This should work. There we go. Well, yeah, I was like, they seemed impressed by how many controllers I tested, but at the same time, I figured they had tested a lot of these, and that's why they had their sheet of what it's compatible with. But then he's like, oh wow, I didn't even think to do the nunchuck. I didn't even think to do this. It's like, what? Okay, I could see not thinking about the nunchuck, but like, I feel like especially with how many retro fans they got on that team, they should have tested them all, and probably more than I did. I don't know. I would have tested as many as possible, because that was my first thought. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Last night I was taking a look at this stuff, and I'll show it in a second. I was wondering how in the world am I supposed to put in these memory card covers, because here, let me unplug this. Because this, I just got like 2 orange pieces and the springs, and I'm like, I can't fit these into the shell. I don't even know. Now I understand. Let's bust that out real quick, because this is what they gave me. It was a little more different looking, but I combined a couple packages last night. But we should be able to, oh, well, that doesn't have it attached to it. Either way, we can put this off to the side for now. We won't need it for a while. But how do you take this off? Just pop it out. Yep. Cool. I had the spring backwards. Nice. Then should be able to gosh, no. Almost lost the spring. I might do some controller port LEDs for other systems in the future, but today we're just gonna focus on seeing if this is a viable stream option. I don't know. Really, I probably should have saved this for a Wednesday stream where I have more time. Thankfully, my parents are on vacation, so they won't know if I go to work or not. Come on out. This is unrelated, but last night I saw a clip of a $500,000 question of who wants to be a millionaire, with Regis Philbin and I don't know, some guy got $250,000 in the bank. $500,000 question is, which of these is not considered a Pokemon? And this is early on, because it's Regis Philbin, so it is early on in the days of Pokemon. And the guy had no idea. The options were Jigglypuff, Frodo, Bulbasaur, and Pikachu. Pretty sure it's Bulbasaur. I know it's Pikachu and Jigglypuff. And the guy did a 50-50, and it was just down to Jigglypuff or Frodo, which is not a Pokemon. And he's like, you know what, Regis? I'm just going to take home the $250,000. And he left. He was too scared to answer the question. Two major franchises, especially at the time, and he didn't know. I like the DC has my back, and then when my dad says we have cameras, which is true. Yeah, it's a good thing that my parents don't watch streams. I currently have half a built GC sitting on my desk waiting for a controller to test the Pico boot. Nice. Okay. Let's... Can I take this out without needing to pull this apart? I think I have to take the heatsink off to take this out. I might be wrong on that because it seems to be lifting. I'm not going to force it though. I think you do. Which? We're going to take the heatsink off anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Uh-oh. Will the iFixit bit fit in there? Because I can live with doing these without a ratchet. Oh, maybe I can't. That was a tough screw. The first, like, millimeter of a turn was tough, and then it was super easy. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I guess, I mean, like, it's easier probably now to answer those questions. I don't think my parents would have known the answer back when that show aired, because I probably wasn't even alive yet. If I was, I wasn't into Pokemon. I don't even think Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was on the air anymore. Well, before it came back. I think even Meredith Vieira was done by the time I got into Pokemon. So. Speaking of game shows, I watched Mark Rober's MIT speech last night because he did the speech for the graduation this year. And I gotta say, no one laughed at one of the funniest jokes he had. He said, no one knows where they'll be in 20 years. He's like, not... Where he said, unless you're this, or unless you're that, or unless you're Pat Sajak. And no one laughed. And like, I don't know, I thought that was hilarious, because Pat Sajak hasn't changed his career in over 20 years. Did I get him all this time? There we go. Oh, there's more? I don't think I've ever fully... No, I have fully torn apart a GameCube. I did for mine, duh. It's just been a long time. This is a really clean motherboard. I don't even think I really have to clean it. There's a little bit of leftover flux around these two ports, but it's pretty clean. This is just like old aluminum. I figured it would have been worse from the yellowing, but it's like this. This usually has dust in here. All metal shieldings have a ton of dust in them. Even the fan's clean. Like, there's barely any dust in there. Did they take it apart and clean it for me? I don't know.
I'd like to say
Welcome. Okay. I apologize if I get it wrong, but Sargon? Sargon? Sargon. It's a U. Sargon. Did I get it right? Either way, welcome to the Mod Squad. There's a ton of stuff for you to check out if you like bonus content. I did a live stream last Thursday, where we took a look at a controller that I'll review next week. Not this Friday, but the next Friday. That'll be the video. They're GameCube Joy-Cons that you can just buy. Spoiler alert, I like them. So yeah, if you want to check that out, I played Portal 64. Yes, Portal on the Nintendo 64. I did a live stream of that recently. There are more screws down here. Awesome. And then what else did I do? I don't know. I've done a lot of stuff. I played all of Super Metroid on across a ton of different streams. If you want to see me get really aggravated. Yeah, ton of stuff to check out if you want to become a member. You can power the Japanese GameCubes with a normal power cable. You can. I don't think so. This isn't quite the same hookup for it. Okay. Back to the tiny screwdriver. This just feels so teeny tiny now that I've been using the LTT screwdriver. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the transfer process of all the shell pieces before I forget how to do it. Like, how in the world do I get that out? Do I push the clips? Yep. Okay. Does this come with rubber feet? No, it does not. We're reusing the rubber feet. Also, admittedly, I've never used one of these. Does anybody here know if this works just as a regular memory card with an SD card in it? Or is it only as an adapter to put like games and bootloader on it? Whew. Allergies. That's fun. The only way I can tell the difference here, honestly, is that this has dust in it. Still 2 minutes behind on the stream. Okay. A schwa... Is a schwa... You got the name right. A is a schwa. U is like book. I think I'm a little confused. But I got the name right. Am I getting this in right? No. Okay. Why is this the most confusing part of the shielding? I need to take this off. I thought I turned on the AC. Because I'm trying to clean or dry my shoes. Okay. Calm down. Okay, come on. Then we can go over here. Oh, maybe it's because I have this in there. That might be making it harder to... Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's in. I don't think... Oh, this is for the network adapter, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of useful. Okay. I'm just gonna take these off just in case. Oh, okay. Thank you for the clarification, Nick. Assuming that is what he meant. Okay. This should go... Oh, goodness. Okay. That? No. This. There we go. Okay. We're learning. This goes in like that. This goes in like that. Cool. Okay, now we can put this power supply in. I think it's a power supply. I don't know. It looks like a power supply, but I don't think it is. We'll put the shielding in first. And then we can put this down. Then we can do that. And then we can put those screws back in. Oh, I thought you meant like... Okay, yes. I thought you meant like a standard power cable. Yes, you can use... the Japanese one is the same as the American plug. Which, by the way, it will also come with power cable, power adapter, and AV cable. Those will come included. I thought you meant like I could just use a standard power cable, like this was the whole power supply. I'm like, I don't think so. Yes, you can use the standard American plug with the Japanese one. Correct. Okay. Where does this one go? Here? This way. There we go. Okay, I think this is it. Okay. What is the orientation, though? Wait, no. I have that. Okay, like this. Yup. Cool. Yeah, I wish I could just use a basic power cable as well. I agree. Okay, let's try this again. Put this. Why are you not flat? Because of that. Why are you still not flat? Okay, let's... Is it because this cable not being all the way down? Okay. Oh, I only put one screw in. What am I doing? That might be part of the reason. I can't go full Linus here. I actually have to put all the screws in. I have 8 like 8 normal cables. I had to order one from eBay when I got my cube. Yeah. These are aftermarket ones. It's gonna get the job done. Okay. Now, why won't you stay in? I think we're just gonna have to force feed here. There we go. That seems to fit much better. Now, I'm gonna wiggle this heat sink back and forth. We don't want to just pop it off because we don't want to hurt the chips. So we wiggle it back and forth until it comes off. And beautiful. Okay, so let me look at my thermal pads again, because I know that I only got... Okay. Oh, it's... Okay. Never mind. It splits in two. They just didn't split it into two. There's a cut line. There's a cut line. But they didn't finish the job. Okay. We'll figure that out in a second. What we gotta do now is remove these pads. Just tuned in for the scary bit. You didn't have to sit through all of the screwing and unscrewing. Oh, these came off. These are coming off real nice. Wow. Mine, or at least when I replaced Mikey's, my friends, that I did in the last GameCube video I did, they were more like chunks, if I remember correctly. I remember having to stop and wash my hands halfway through. I definitely, yeah, I've got some goop on my finger. Maybe it was just for the RAM chips, because... Boy, it is everywhere underneath my fingernail. So far, I think the Bitfunk shell is good. Which, by the way, there should be a link to everything in the description. The shell, the kit, everything. Maybe not the replacement cables and stuff. And this GameCube modding is a trial run for the streams. So I may not do more. Like I've got 10 GameCubes. 8 of them will need new shells, I think. 2 of them won't. But the if these don't sell well, then I'll probably not order any more. But if they do sell well, this will be a regular thing. Gotta wipe this stuff off my fingers real quick. It's all up in my fingernail. You guys ever cut your fingernails and then forget to do like your thumbs or something because they're not a part of the main 4 up here? I think I did that this time. Because my thumbnails look a little bit longer than my fingernails. Or I shouldn't cut them equally. Okay. I think we should probably just lightly clean up the chips. I don't think it's that necessary, especially because no goop was really left over. But we got a little off. And we can just do a quick toothbrush in here. But this is honestly a really clean motherboard. All right. Taking the heatsink always worries you. I don't know. I mean, I've only done it a few times, but wiggling the heatsink back and forth seems to not be too bad. Embarrassingly enough, I'm going to pull up my own video for me to reference here. Oops. Because I haven't done this since that video. So, instead of reaching across this whole way. Which, by the way, while we're taking a quick second, oh my gosh, we're 46 minutes in. We're not that far away. Anyways, if you haven't hit that like button, we got 43 people in here, and how many likes? 30 likes? Okay, that's not bad. But still, we can get that number up, right? If you want to. You don't have to. You don't have to like it. Where is that video? There we go. Okay. Just gonna skip forward to the part where I have the diagrams. I guess we should start with the Pico boot solder. So I'm gonna pull this over here. Also, this is where we test to see if this actually has the firmware flashed on it or not. Because I'm not sure. It won't be a big deal because it should be a pretty easy flash. But okay. Okay. It has been a very long time. So, we've got there we go. Okay. We've got a green, red, purple, yellow. Green, red, purple, yellow. Okay, cool. In this video, I changed the colors of the diagram that they put on the GitHub to match these wires, these wire colors. So I'm very happy I did that. Let's grab my solder. There's no like button that I can see. What? That's weird. Okay. So. Why do they not have all these labeled? Okay. I don't want to do it to the wrong one. Okay. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Wait. Oh, this is on the back. I'm dumb. Okay. So, on the back, it has all the labels. So we're going to solder this green wire to GP4. Did I not put auto ISO on here? There we go. Okay. GP4, is what I said? So I'm going to take this green wire and I'm going to stick it through and then fold it over. Right there. Okay, and it does say 4 on the front, so that's nice. And then I'm going to a little bit of flux there. Whoa. There we go. We have our green wire soldered. Now we can take our purple wire, do the same thing to GP5. Beautiful. And then the next one, GP6 and 7. I forgot about that. So that's the yellow wire. Okay. So this one, you gotta bridge 2 of them. So what I'm doing is instead of folding it over, I'm just sticking it through 7 so it can reach 6. I'm tacking it down. That was not in focus, I apologize. But tacking it down to 6, so I can hopefully put a big enough glob of solder to bridge it like that. Beautiful. 6 and 7 are now bridged with yellow connected. Cool. And then on the other side, we gotta find the 3v3. I'm also gonna fold these back over this way, like that, so they're not going towards the inside. This is getting a little bit hard to manage the wires, but that's all right. We can stick that red wire through there and oops. Tack it down real quick. And that wire is soldered. And then lastly, I don't know why they use the bottom ground, but that's all right. Should be fine. I don't think it matters which ground you use, but I don't see why you wouldn't just follow the instructions. There we go. I wish I could pull them up on screen easily so I could show you guys, but either way, this is a 001. So it does have the AV port. It does have the SD to SP too. Okay, so now we have all that soldered. We can zoom back out. Not that far. We can bring this over here. Oh no, I don't know what I dropped. I don't think it was anything important for now. Okay, and then we can skip ahead in my video. Okay. Cool. So for the most part, you don't really need to take off the heatsink, but it does make it a lot easier. Also, this is where I highly recommend flux. I'm gonna also clean my iron. I believe I didn't mention a word of it in my tutorial, but I did mess up when I did this tutorial, and I had to resolder everything, mainly because my mess up was I forgot to put the heat shrink around the wires, and desoldering it just didn't want to desolder for me, and it took me a very long time to desolder to then resolder these wires. So double check that you're soldering to the right spot, and double check that you have the heat shrink tubing around it for protection, because you can't slide it on after you've desoldered it. So. But if you do, it'll be, I would imagine it would be easier to desolder still from the GameCube, because I mean, unless you don't wrap the wires around like I did on the Pico board. I didn't wrap it as crazily as I did the last time. So, what's my overhead camera? It's my main camera. So technically, I have two sets. This is just my like normal workbench that I'll use for streaming, but over there on my set, I have an EOS R that's just always up there. That used to be my main camera. And then I upgraded to the R5. Then this is my main camera, but I use it for streaming because it's easy to just take it on and off. So. It could look a lot better because this camera is very nice, but I have a really crappy, cheap capture card because I don't want to spend $100 for the Elgato version of the camera capture card. This was like $20, and I bought two of them, and one of them worked. And I never returned the second one. I don't know why I didn't. It also overheats very, very fast. I'm surprised it doesn't shut off. Anyways, we're going to use flux here. And we're going to start with soldering to this chip right here. And that is, the green wire is going to be the third pin from the left. So let's zoom in here. And I'm going to see if we can just get it to focus on that big ATI chip. It's kind of funny seeing ATI and IBM on this. At least IBM is still a company. I guess technically ATI is too. It's just AMD now, if you didn't know. We're starting with the green wire. So we're going to put flux over here, and we might as well just put some flux over here for the yellow one in a second. And I think it'll actually be easier to solder it like so. Not necessarily easier, but easier to manage. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna add a bit of new solder to the wire here. See if that's a little easier. There we go. Make sure I'm not bridging anything. I don't think I am. Can I zoom in anymore? No, I can't. Okay. I lost the focus on that. I don't think... Yeah, okay, we're not. Cool. But the reason why I solder it like this is because I don't want the wire to get in the way of the heatsink when we put it back down. So that is why. I'm also going to put a little more solder on my tip so I can easily solder this. So I'm also going to do this way because, or the opposite way, because I don't want this to short on these little chips down here. This capacitor and resistor, it looks like. Because the wire is a little extended. I don't feel like trimming it. Okay, next one. Ground, we have to do the whole bridging thing here. So let's work on that. Hello, Garrett. G-Money. Okay. So we just I'm not really talking here. Not very helpful for anybody trying to learn or be entertained. I don't know if that was focused at all. I apologize. I didn't set focus. I'm trying to be better about that. It's hard to focus on that in streams, but I think we're good there on bridging that. I don't know why you have to bridge those two pins to ground, but you do. That probably sets it into the mode to get it to boot off of the custom firmware, is my guess. But I honestly have no idea. I'm going to once again clean my iron, because when you're soldering to stuff this small and with so many things tightly packed in there, you don't want to accidentally bridge anything, and that happens really easily when you have a bunch of crap on your soldering iron. Okay. There's been quite a few chats here. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Actually, I'll catch up on chat afterwards. I apologize. Once we get to doing all of the screwing, will be a great time to catch up on chat. All right, purple wire. Yeah, I really wish I could put this the graphic on screen for y'all. It'd also make it a lot easier for me to see, because I have no idea which one this is pointing to. Okay, the second, on the bottom row, the second one from the left. Alright, let's do this here. Let's put some more flux down. Put some there for the red, and put some there for the purple. So, purple, I'm going to get the tweezers out. We're going to have to do this. I think that worked. And then red is... Oh my gosh, how long ago was that stream? That was the week that Tears of the Kingdom came out. Glad to see we're still catching up on those. My hand is really shaky right now. Holy crap. Alright, third from the right is the red one. Does that include the big glob? Yes. Okay. That is a terrible, terrible solder job. But it works. I'm gonna put a little bit of extra. It's not a terrible solder job. It just sucks that that frayed like that. I hate when wires fray like that. Also, now I'm bridging with the purple one. Why did I mess with it? If your solder job is good, don't mess with it. Pro tip. Okay. And I did it again. What'd I just say? Okay. I really should have just trimmed the wire, but as long as we're not bridging, we're good. And we're not. Okay. Cool. Woo! I can put down the soldering iron because we're officially done soldering. Everybody can relax. I hope that at least 50% of that was in focus. What I'm going to do now is cut a piece of Kapton tape because, yep, that'll cover it all. Probably be better to do it like that. Don't want any Kapton tape over the heat sink, but we definitely want to protect that from shorting on the heat sink. Don't cut the wire, Jake. I'm actually going to try and cover this up a little bit more, as close to the chip as I can. There we go. And then we're actually going to let all of these wires merge. And this is what that heat shrink tubing is for. Because once we put the disk drive over the top, I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. Once we put that disk drive over the top, the two metal shielding pieces are going to pinch those wires. And you don't really need to shrink it down. You just want it there to protect the device. So we are going to place these thermal pads down now. And if you're doing this at home, remember to peel the plastic peels. Otherwise, it will not do anything, actually. It will literally do nothing. Because the plastic is not conductive. And the thermal pad is. Why will you not peel up? There we go. Could have placed that a little bit more center. That's alright. GameCube has a tiny little fan. I don't think that being slightly off is going to affect it that much. And especially when this one isn't cut fully. There we go. Okay. So make sure this is lined up the correct way. Wow, that started to adhere really fast. Okay, hold up. Don't stick yet. I gotta line up the screw holes. Sorry that this is not in focus. Hope you like the back of my neck. There we go. Sorry if I blinded anybody. Okay, now we can put these screws back down. I think I forgot to screw two things down. Hold up. Yeah. Okay, good thing I remembered this, or I saw it now. This might be why we had issues earlier. Oh man, okay. This is new plastic for sure. Also get used to the back of my hand, because you're gonna see a lot of it. Okay, there's that. I saw these two screws off to the side. I'm like, I remember putting screws that were at the very bottom off to the side, but we're past that point. Focus on the blue there. There we go. It's not much better. Hand covers up 50% of the viewing field, but it's more in focus that way. Okay, now we can set this down. And now we can screw these 6 screws down. And we're gonna do a cross pattern so we can keep the pressure evenly across the board. You do not want to have too much pressure on this heatsink. You don't want your chips being smashed down here. Do it till it's tight, but don't like force it, you know? Like once you feel it's not gonna go anymore, when you're just like lightly pressing your fingers to screw, then that's enough. But you do want it locked down because you want the thermal pads to actually make good contact. But just don't do too much. Do it enough, but don't do it too much. And yeah, I'm glad we used the Kapton tape, because that chip that we soldered the green and yellow wire to, completely covered. So there's got to be a different point on the board that's exposed. You'd think, at least. I don't know. Okay, now, oops. I believe all we have to do is put the this drive on. So here is the heatsink doing its job, or not the heatsink, the heat spreader, the heat shrink. Goodness, and it's protecting our wires right there. And I also have no idea where I'm supposed to put the Pico board on this, because I know that it comes with this 3D printed bracket, but I don't know where on the board they actually put it. Joe, are you still in here? Are you still watching? Which I'll answer, or I'll respond to what you said. The Yeah, I like, I use my phone camera for my second/third angle a lot in my videos. Camera phones, or phone cameras, the cameras on phones are really, really good. So, especially for like getting good macro shots with the iPhone, it's good. Do you know, I put mine next to the fan? Okay. Joe, do you put yours next to the fan? Where do you put your Pico board? Have you used the 3D printed one before? I have a lot of practice, Francisco. I appreciate that you say I think I make it look easy. It is definitely easier to me, I feel like. Did I put these on the right way? I guess we'll see. I think I did. Yeah, it wouldn't fit the other way. Never mind. I struggled the first time I did the Pico Boot mod. I struggled. Yours is next to the fan, but I have a 3D printed fan mount that includes a spot for the Pico board. Okay. I just don't want to screw. I guess it's only one screw. It's not gonna be the end of the world. I just assume that you're gonna put the fan on. Well, I guess you need to put those three in first, anyways. So I'll do that right now. Over to your left, and it slots into the 3D printed bit. Over to your left. Okay. I'm just gonna screw these in and screw the fan down. I guess we can choose where we want to put it within the reach of the wires. Also, I organized these like in the order. Let's focus on the screws there. I organized in these by the order that I took them out. But these are all the same size screws, all these Phillips heads. Besides the obviously thin ones over here, but and I'm checking my, yeah, okay. Please do. I just want to, these screws are a pain in the butt, and I guess it's not that bad because it's just one screw for this mount. But like I almost always, this is my third or fourth time, but I always put the fan on, and then I'm like, crap, I have to put those three screws in there. So you put it right here then. That fits in perfectly. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I think I'm done with this Phillips head. So I'm gonna put it down. Put the iFixit stuff away. Exactly there. Perfect. And I'll be careful not to go too hard because this is a 3D printed bit, also plastic bit. The SD card part does not require soldering, but the to get it to be recognized by the GameCube, yes, you need to solder. You have to solder the Pico board in there. Okay. How do you organize the wires? There's so many. There's so much wiring. I think I almost want to put it over here just so I can wrap all that wiring over here. But so if that slots in right there. Can I solder the ground wire somewhere else? Because according to the Pico Boot GitHub, the ground I'm soldered to is definitely getting in the way. I guess I can do that. Wrap it in this Kapton tape to make it nice and neat. As long as it doesn't get in the fan blades. The two little boards to secure or two little screws to secure the board in place. Mine only's got one screw to secure it down. Unless you're talking about something else. Whoa. Solder? I hardly know her. Are you happy now, Garrett? You ignored my dad, so I feel like it was only fair for me to ignore your comment. Unless you're not in here anymore, this is just awkward because no one knows what I'm talking about. My friend, Garrett is my friend in real life. And in online life too. We play games a lot. But, he texted me saying that I ignored his comment. I said hello to you. I just didn't say what you said. Why is it blurry? Because I have autofocus and Canon trains their cameras to focus on skin and faces. And also, I have it set to focus on the matte because when you have it set to focus on something that's like jet black, it does not like it. Hence why even in unboxing videos, I have my mod mat out because my table is black and it does not like to focus on it. I did pronounce solder correctly, DC. This is like the whole Porsche thing. For us Americans, it's a Porsche. To you weirdos, it's a Porsche. E doesn't make that sound here. It's just a cultural difference. British people are just so concerned with being right all the time. That joke works many ways. Anyways. You had shorter wires, yeah. I probably could have trimmed mine. Choose the board into. Oh, mine just slots. There's no screws for it. Plus, my board doesn't have 2 screw holes. Well, you weren't right in 1776, DC. Boom. I always think that's a little cringe, but either way. America. I guess you weren't. You're not British. You just live there. Which is debatably worse. You choose to live there. Oh, dang it. I think I might have to... Yep. Awesome. I'll get the screws that I can for now. I've done this before too. Don't screw the fan in till the end. Should just get a drill. And we're out of focus again. a good forearm workout. See, if I hear people say solder, I don't correct them. I just think it sounds weird. It doesn't sound right. But I'm not gonna, I don't know. I try not to correct people unless it's like, okay, you should know the real way to say it, or you should know the real thing, kind of thing. But if it's like harmless, just let them be, you know? In the grand calculus of the multiverse, it doesn't really matter. Okay. So you can take all that out. Just so we can put in this freaking screw over here. The GameCube is a really cool design. But whoever designed the fan / power plug thing, I do not like you. Nah, I'm just kidding. You're fine. Chances you see that are pretty slim though. Okay. Now we can put those two screws back in. And I have a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night, but also I have a feeling that I'm gonna need to place this Pico board somewhere else, which is fine, but I just don't think with the ground port, the ground I soldered to is in the way of slotting this down all the way. And I think that will affect nice. I think that will affect the top. So I know that I don't have the controller ports in yet, but I just gotta see if this actually shuts. Oh, well, I should probably flip that around, and I should fit these wires in there. So they're not in the way of anything. And I don't think that it'll work because I think it's too tall. And I am correct. Wait. Actually. It doesn't sit right with me. Oh, and there goes the jewel. We have to stick down the jewel for whatever reason. I'm gonna leave that screwed in there. But we're gonna... There is double-sided tape that's included with this kit. And we're just gonna do this, which I believe I did this to Mikey's when I did his. We're just gonna wrap this around like so. And stick it down. Just gonna stick it down on the front here. That's what I did with Mikey's. It's no big deal. Okay. I'm gonna do it like this, actually. Gonna do like that. That way it's actually gonna stick down pretty well. tuck all those wires over there. I'm gonna cut a extra piece of Kapton tape to hold that down. I am using a Linus Tech Tips screwdriver. You do not need to put it in all caps. Okay. I like the screwdriver. Okay. There we go. Now, the last thing that we need to do is we need to swap out this. That's the wrong way. I'm just realizing that there's a battery in here. I think it'll be fine for a while, but even then I do feel like I should replace it. So I will order some of these and I'll just... Thank you for subscribing. I will probably hold on to this and swap it out when I get the batteries in. So if you do buy this today or in the next couple days, it'll take a little bit to ship out because I'm going to be ordering these and swap that out for you. I didn't even think about that because I don't hardly ever mod these. Okay. I don't know why I plugged that in now. That was stupid because I need to swap these. Okay. Once again, a friendly reminder that if you are looking to buy this, this will be up once we're done and check out that it's all good. There is no controller included, but there is pretty much everything else included. No games included. Very purposefully, no games included. So, if you're expecting to have the entire GameCube library on an SD card, go somewhere else, because it is illegal. I cannot sell games like that, and anytime you see someone else selling a bunch of games preloaded on an SD card, unless it's Nintendo selling Nintendo games, it is illegal. No person on Etsy is allowed to sell things like that. So, there is a basic 32 gigabyte SD card included, and I did load one of my games onto it. And I was gonna go over how to back up the stuff on this stream and like show how to back up on stream. I realized I forgot how long that actually takes. Wait. Okay, cool. Even when I force this all the way as far forward as I can, it doesn't touch that Pico board, so I'm not gonna use Kapton tape. Sweet. Cool. Alright. I think everything is in. That's the right cover. Oh, that's the dirty old one. Dust just flew. That's gross. Where's the new one? There it is. Okay. We're almost done here. You know, it's not too much longer than a regular stream. It's over an hour to clean rip. Really? It's been a while, but I remember it being like, 30 minutes is still a long time per game. But I'll also go over that you can do it on the Wii and it's a little bit faster. PS2 and PS1 games you can rip off your computer and it's like a minute or two. But okay, top. With the top here, we do have to do a special thing. Oh, gotta make sure that wire's not pinched there. So, here, I don't know why this isn't just done in the factory, but we can stick down that double-sided tape, lift this tab up, we can peel this back peel, and we can very, very carefully place that center. There we go. Beautiful. I don't know if they do it like that to get it past customs or what, but whoa, forgot that we didn't screw that down. Alright, now we can get this out. Yeah, like the orange piece that was in there is like the thing that pops out. You just have to stick it to the orange piece. I'm guessing because they have all of this in the same injection process. It's probably one giant mold. And they just don't want to have more than one mold. Okay. And this faces the inside. I got that mixed up one time and I was like, oh, why isn't it working? There we go. Could put. There we go. Oh, is that the old one? Or is that just the new one that has a mark on it? This is a new one. It had a mark on it. Okay. And network port cover. Boom. Does not come with the stickers. Oh well. Still gotta screw this down. Okay. Put my screwdriver bits in there. And we can get out our extendo bit. So we can get, probably need to put the screws in there, huh? Please tell me I can do this from the outside. Oh, I forgot to do that. Forgot to put the rubber feet on. If I have to take this completely apart, then I will do that off camera. I'm trying to take it out of the old shell now. It is not wanting to come out. Ouch. It's like hurting. There we go. Okay. One slid out. I'm not going to show this on camera because I just need a good grip on it. Come on. Do I need to force it out with my tweezers? Whew. Okay. Now let's hope that these actually go in. They go in super easy. Sweet. Phew! Cool. Now we can screw these down. Because we could have done that before, but... I feel like that's not right. Oh. Okay. Did not feel right. Can you just find the hole, please? There we go. Goodness. Yesterday, I did a bunch of cleaning, and my arms are very tired. And so this is way more of a workout than it needs to be. Whew, okay. Already lost focus. Nice. It's not that hard to focus on a giant orange cube cannon. Wow. I literally set focus. I don't want to set it to manual focus because I don't want to have to set it to focus every time. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to overdo it. And then have the those four things stripped. Okay, it seems like it's pretty intact. Cool. I was gonna say, I'm not used to seeing that so clearly. When I do the battery, I'll put in the dust cover. Oh boy. You learn from the first time. Okay. Let's test to see if this is working. I don't know why I used the Dora Explorer voice there. Yeah, there's no way I was going to do two of these in one stream. You guys are crazy, whoever voted for two. This took forever. I didn't even really mess up. Okay. Excuse me. Is the aftermarket plug not right? No, it's just tight. Okay. Oh. Oops. There goes my MacBook charger. Okay. It power's on. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to unbox this is the Bitfunks HDMI adapter. So, this is an add-on if you missed the beginning of the stream. If you would like to purchase this, this will be added in. I don't know if I'm going to include the entire packaging just to save on shipping stuff, but we'll see. I have leftover boxes. I don't know how big they are, but I am going to steal this for a second. And there's this injection mold. It said 3D printed. This definitely looks like injection molding. If you're worried about putting too much pressure on the port, you can slide that in there. And you can plug that in. Now there's a lot less wiggle room on the down part. And this is just a very basic HDMI cable that's included with this. This is like the most generic cable there is. In fact, this is what Dish Network includes with their cable boxes, or I guess their satellite boxes. And the technician told me that they are crap. Those were his words, not mine. But I feel like it's not a big deal for me to. I'll focus on face cam since this is gonna cut out. So I'm done unplugging that. But just as something that you'll need, or you probably won't need an HDMI because most people will have like 5 extra HDMI cables. Yeah. Okay. We should be able to go over to the games tab and you'll probably see nothing. I don't know why my face cam isn't. There we go. Hi. And now we should be able to hit power. It's still upside down. Why is it upside down? Transform to rotate 180. Oh, that's the HD60S. Hold on. Transform, rotate 180, USR, rotate 180, because this is, there we go. Okay, so, I believe that, yeah, so, in here, you should be able to just, let me grab a game real quick. Should be able to just take your game. Uh-oh. Why does it have a... No. Why is this not opening? Huh. Something must have been trapped or pinching it. We'll keep an eye on that. Anyways, I'm gonna open this. I'm putting Crazy Taxi in here. This is the smallest size game that I own. Oh wait, oops, I don't know. Hopefully that wasn't bad. Apps, clean rip. Okay. Continue. I don't know what that means. This is clean rip, so no, this is not. Remember settings. Sure. So yeah, it looks like 25 minutes to back up Crazy Taxi. I don't know if it's gonna pick up speed at all, but yeah, it takes 25 minutes. I don't actually want to sit here and do that, so oh. It's probably gonna be upset with me. Oh well. But we can back out of the apps here, and we can go. I believe I just want to boot into. I want to boot into Crazy Taxi and make sure it actually works for a second, because this is a Japanese thing. Okay, yeah, there's got to be a setting within this. Unless I'm doing something wrong and I need to solder something else. Oh, I need to turn it off. Does anybody know how to turn on the region, or turn off the region lock? Maybe that's in the settings here. Or maybe there's something else I need to solder. Let me get rid of my face cam real quick because I can't see what I'm doing here. I don't want any of that. In-game reset. If you install Pico Boot, you can get rid of that green awful screen. I don't know what you mean by that. Cube boot? Like the beginning screen where it shows all the loading stuff? Okay. I figured this would have been one of the first settings. I didn't want to do that. Okay. Well, there's a ton of settings in here. I guess I need to look into this more. But I thought just soldering that stuff would disable... No. Gosh darn it. I thought that would just disable the region lock installing that. But... Well, I guess that answered the question. We don't need... We don't need to boot the... or flash the Pico boot. It's already pre-flashed onto that Pico drive if you buy it from that AliExpress link. Different IPL, okay. Sure, I don't know what that means. I've said yes and I've said no and I've never noticed a difference. I feel like it's only for, I just realized my face cam's still off. I feel like it's only for, oh, we don't have a memory card in here. I feel like that's only for CRT stuff. But yeah. Games load perfectly fine. I don't know if that jitter is from my SD card or my SD card. from the SD card or from my capture card. So I see exactly what you guys see. We'll see how it plays. We'll just play Mario and the Toads here. Just gonna play a quick game. Make sure it's all good in the hood. I haven't adjusted any of the settings though, because you also get this remote where you can turn up or change all the settings that you want. But we're gonna just leave it be for now. Can you guys hear the game at all? Oh gosh, there's a significant delay because of my capture card. I am realizing that now, but I'm still insane at the game. This works completely fine even off of the basic SD card. And Toad's stealing that, yeah. But that is pretty much it as I score this goal. No? I'm going to pause the game real quick. And we can go ahead and list this for sale. Where's my phone? Up here. So, if you're wanting this GameCube, I'm just going to take a quick and crude picture of it. The link in the description should be to the GameCube page. The GameCube page should be live. It just shouldn't have the listing live. And I'm going to remove the controller so you don't think that you're getting the controller included with it. And keep in mind, if you want the HDMI adapter, which is an upscaler, it will ask you when you add to cart if you want it or not. Otherwise, it's just going to come with basic AV cables, and there's no controller included. But pretty much everything else is included. Power cables, SD card, the adapter, everything. So, and I'm going to not include the games. The one game that I did load on it. That's just the SD card that I'm using to test these. So, anyways, that is just the quick picture for now. But if you want it, there should be a Spice Orange modded GameCube now available for $225. So, but if you don't mind, I'm gonna go back to playing games for a quick moment. Is it not? Why are you not recognizing my controller all of a sudden? Do I need to plug in a wired controller? Does it not like the Wavebird right now? To be fair, I shouldn't have unplugged the controller mid-game. Yeah, okay. That's weird. For the record, it'll still work with the Wavebird. That's what I was using. You just aren't supposed to unplug it mid-game. Yeah. That's pretty much it for this video. If you want another modded, not controller, modded game console, we have a ton of modded Game Boys currently. We'll either do Game Boy Colors or SPs on Wednesday's stream. And yeah, that is all for this one. I'm just gonna play this game to play us out here as Toad gets blocked. Oh, that's not what I wanted. And that's a goal. No? And we're gonna... No? Okay. This is the one game that I'm, like, best at. If there's a pro league out there, I really want to know about it. Because I think that I would kick some serious butt. Oh! And the Strikers Battle League, I think it is, the Switch version of this game, is awful. It's been years since I tried the Wii version, but the GameCube version is just so good. It is impossible to do that on a delay. This thing seems to be working pretty good. Again, I will put that dust cover in when I swap that battery, which I'll have to remind myself to order that. It'll be easy to get the 2032 batteries, but it'll... I don't know if they have the battery holders on Amazon. Oh, whoa, that was too easy. I will also double check because I'm seeing some frame dips. I don't think that's because of the GameCube. I think that's because of the oh, this is this is only coming out at 30 FPS. So that's probably why it looks choppy. Plus my capture card is just bad. GameCube games play at 60 FPS, right? I would imagine at least this one does. I don't know. My face cam is also blocking my items, so I'm not sure if I even have any. Yeah. I was going to say, I probably have to if there's only a minute and a half left in this game. And I just get myself. All three of my guys I get. I was trying to account for the delay. It's still like impossible. Knock him out so I can steal it from Mario? No. Yeah, no, it's going to be impossible. My brain is so trained to do it in real time, but I think this game plays at 60 FPS, but the Zelda games play at 30. That makes sense. And I was reading chat, so I got scored on. That's alright. And oh, that's not good. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's in. No. Oh my gosh, it's gonna go down to sudden death and I freeze myself. I usually don't play this bad. And that's in. There's no way. It's crossed the goal. Kick it in. My viewership has steadily declined since I started playing this game. Knock him out. There we go. Alright, that is it for this one. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I'm glad I could show you that even with a significant delay, I can kick butt in that game. That wasn't really kicking butt, it was overtime and it was CPU. But anyways, a lot of stuff in stock. I don't think that this one's sold. No, the GameCube is still up for grabs if you want it. And if you want that HDMI adapter, that is an add-on. Please don't try and buy it separately, even though it's a really good price. It's for add-ons only. But, yeah. This is a lot bigger mess than if I played or modded a GameCube or a Game Boy. I cannot talk. That means it's time to end the stream. Thank you, Loud Car. But I will see you guys on Wednesday for probably Game Boy Color mods. So, see ya. Later, guys. That was really bad. It's been too long. It's only been like